Hey parents, it's Kyle. Hey, one of the greatest things that ever happened to my wife was we used to live next door to this couple. We had three little boys at the time. They had a little girl who was about the same age as our second son. And our little boys were into everything. My wife used to call them feral. They were out of control. It seemed like, I won't go into too much detail, but the great thing that ended up happening was our neighbor. We lived in this house for 6 years. And when we first moved in, all they had was this little girl who was about four. Shortly after, this lady got pregnant and had a little boy 9 months later, or not quite 9 months later after they moved in. And in about year three, so I guess we had lived there about 3.5 years at this point, this lady came over to my wife and she said, "You know what? I got to apologize for something." And my wife said, "You don't have anything to apologize for. What's going on?" And she said, "I used to think you guys were bad parents uh, because your boys were completely freaking out of control." And she said, "I know y'all were trying, but I just thought y'all were bad parents." And she said, "And then I had a little boy." And I realized that little boys are different than little girls and the way they try things and do things and challenge and talk and fight and all those things. And it was really a powerful lesson for my wife to understand. Some of our kids are going to be challenging, especially our little boys were at the time, I think we had four of them. I can't remember, three or four. But anyway, they were hard as crap. And we were working, we were trying, we were struggling. We thought, even though they were feral, we thought we were doing a pretty good job. Apparently, our neighbor didn't. But it turns out, after her having a little boy and realizing all that came with that, her little girl was very passive and she was a good little girl. She was just a good little girl. And, you know, um, I think it changed the way my wife looked at and understood it wasn't just our boys that were challenging and spirited and um, strong-willed, all the things that we call these little boys. And it really comforted her to know that it wasn't just our kids, right? It was other kids too that were challenging like that. So just wanted to share that. So if you've got one that's challenging and you feel like a bad parent, it may not be your parenting. It may just be you've got a challenging kid, and maybe you do need to learn some more tools and techniques and strategies. And I'd be happy to teach you if you like those, because we had to learn them ourselves to help these boys turn out to be good young men. So hopefully that's helpful. We'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.